Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a review on the new L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. I just did one pump on my hand right here, and this is what the shade looks like. I know it might appear a little bit dark inside of the tube and kind of on the back of my hand. It looks like it might not match, but let's give it a whirl. We are going to be using the new L'Oreal blender instead of the beauty blender, just test and see how this one works out. This is what the beauty blender by L'Oreal looks like. It has this nice little point here at the top, and it has this flat dome bottom, and it does have this cute little grip where you can hold the sponge while you are dotting your application, while you are applying your foundation. In addition to that, I did pick up the new L'Oreal concealer sponge, and it is this sponge right here. So we're also going to test out this sponge to see what it looks like as well, and to see if it applies as well as the beauty blender. This is what the sponge looks like. It has this flat edge right here where you can apply the product. These are what the sponges look like, not wet, just dry and damp. These are what the sponges look like when they are damp. It did expand a little bit, and so did the little sponge. So they expanded quite a bit. So currently I have nothing on my face. My face is just primed with my moisturizer that I use every day. For primer, since I read online some of the reviews, not really good reviews about the L'Oreal primer, pick up the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. So let's see how this one works. I haven't used this primer before, so I wouldn't really know how it works. If you guys have ever used this primer, let me know in the comments down below if you guys like it. It is just the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I'm going to apply a couple pumps to my skin. It does have a weird smell to it. Like a chemical residue smell. So far, I don't like the smell. Maybe it wasn't a great primer to pick up, but let's see how the foundation lasts. This chemical smell is so bad. Like, I can't even use primers like this that has this smell to it. It's not even like a faint smell. It's so strong. I don't know. I don't like it. It's time to test out the product. How it says to use this L'Oreal Beauty Blender is to just apply it directly on the sponge, which is what I'm going to do. So we're just going to take a little bit and apply it directly on the sponge. I'm in the shade 310 Classic Tan. Go ahead and let's apply this all over my skin. I think I might have taken too much, but let's see. This foundation claims to be a weightless full cover foundation. It's a natural finish. You can wear up to 24 hours, and it is high coverage, and the texture is air-light. So I just applied half of my face with the product and the other half with it. I think this color would match my skin tone. Mine is very firm, which I don't really like. I like my sponges to be a little bit soft. Go ahead and let's apply a little bit more product. Okay. I'm going to dab this into my skin. Beauty Blender is very tough for me, and it's not as squishy. It feels like I am pouncing myself, like I'm punching myself in the face, which I don't like at all. So I think I'm going to pass with the Beauty Blender by L'Oreal. Let's try what this concealer sponge can do for me. For concealer, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan. Let's see how this little sponge blends it out. Foundation, I feel like I can see so much of my texture, and normally with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, it covers all of my dark circles, but you can see so much texture peeking out with this foundation. So let me zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I'm talking about my texture with this foundation. Have you guys zoomed in and you guys can see the amount of texture I have, and with this foundation that I'm currently using, the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, the total coverage, you can see so much texture right here that I have. It's not really total coverage in my opinion. I'm not going to be using that again. Definitely didn't work out for me. My final thoughts on this foundation and the sponges is I don't like it. I would not repurchase the foundation, and I would not repurchase the sponge or the concealer sponge. It didn't really work out for me. They were too firm on my face, and normally with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer it doesn't crease, but I feel like it looks quite bad on my skin. It looks quite bad on my skin. Can't even talk. It looks quite bad on my skin, and I wouldn't recommend getting the foundation either. But yeah, that's just me. That's my final thoughts on this product. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.